be like, what's the one that's missing here? I think like resist disease, or even just protection. How decent is the armor though? 22, 29, 38, 45. Yeah, 45 is not too bad actually. Looks like they used the icons of what looks like chainmail in a way. Chainmail, maybe mithril with steel and stuff like that. Yeah, that makes a bit of sense. Wait, hang on. Isn't this mist? Why are the boots heavy? Why are the gauntlets heavy? Why is it that the two pieces that are heavy don't make sense? For bound armor, it makes a lot of sense that the greaves and cuirass are heavy. Because if you look at normal armor sets, especially... Actually, wait, we have the full steel. Let's show off the full steel. That'll actually be a better example for me to show off then. I mean, the shield is excusable, right? But look at the weight. Look at the weight of everything. Look, boots is 10. Gauntlets is 7. Helmet is 7. Look at the shield. It's about as comparable as the greaves kind of thing. But look at this. Steel greaves. Look at this. 21. Look at the cuirass. 35. It makes sense for the bound armor to have the cuirass and the greaves be heavy armor and the rest be light, because it makes sense. Because the heaviest thing is, of course, the cuirass and the greaves, which makes sense. So when you pull this stunt, it doesn't make sense at all. How are the gauntlets weigh the same as the greaves? What are you doing? How are boots the same weight as a cuirass? This doesn't... This is like the Bruce of Amelion's armor. Like, in comparison. Like, where everything weighs the same kind of thing, but yet all the armor values are different. Because why not? Why? Why is this a thing? Why did you do this? Why is this a thing? This weight doesn't make any sense. What's the... Like, this is heavy, so it's gonna be a different weight, though? But look at the difference between, like, the weight and the armor kind of thing. Like, it makes sense, though. I mean, boots is boots, right? So... But, like, the boots don't weigh the same as the cuirass. Like, even look at the Legion stuff. Like, look at the greaves compared to everything else. It makes sense. It makes sense. Oh my word. That is so weird. Why is this armor's rating all over the place? Don't get me wrong, the value is also all over the place, but I get it because it's using normal vanilla enchantment, so it makes sense though, but the weight to armor doesn't make sense. Why? Why is this a thing? Why did you compare heavy armor to light armor and, like, same weight, let's go with the light armor more than the heavy armor. Why? It should be reversed. And if you're gonna do something like this, see, I understand that you're making the gauntlets and all that look like they're heavy armor. Hang on. Let's actually take a look at this. Because, just in case this might break something later on, I don't want to do it. Okay, let's see the armor. Huh? Oh, I see what they did. Okay. Does that excuse it, though? Clipping. That could be just the animation, though. It's very shiny, though. Holy man, is it ever shiny? Okay, so what's the excuse for the gauntlets, though? Let's get rid of the Curious. What's the excuse for the gauntlets being heavy? I don't see an excuse for the gauntlets to be heavy. In comparison to the Curious. If anything, it's got less metal than the Curious. That's so weird. Like the surface area of the metal of the pauldrons makes it much more plausible for it to be considered heavy armor, or more plausible for it to be heavy armor than the gauntlets itself. The boots, though, the boots is very strange. Helmet. I mean, you can go either way with the helmet, I think. You can go either way. Why is the chainmail shiny? Why does it have reflections on the chainmail itself? Is chainmail reflective? In my opinion, it doesn't, or the way that I think of it, it doesn't, but maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. Maybe they just went with very reflective armor. I don't know. Let's see, chainmail. Oops, unequipped of long stuff. Yeah, okay. So I also, it's weird, okay? So I don't agree that the weight should be the same as a cuirass, no matter what you say. The boot should be less. But for the greaves to be considered light armor, I understand what they're going with, okay? So this just has the joint protection, which is the knees here. So if I get rid of the boots here, you'll see, like, it's just the knees that are just protected by, like, a plate. But, like, we'll say 95% of the area is covered with chainmail, so it is light. So I understand that agreement, like that part, but for the boost to be the same as a cuirass, and for the gauntlets to be considered heavy, it doesn't make any sense logically. I don't understand this at all. I wonder if there is a more in-depth reason of why this actually is, like, structured the way that it is. Because if you look at bound armor, it's a bit different. Like, the bound armor is the same as Daedric armor in terms of, like, armor quality. Actually, no, I think it's, like, it has, like, double the endurance or something like that. But, like, it has the same armor value. It's just, like, they're both under two different skills, right? Like, the cuirass and the greaves are heavy armor. I don't know if the shield is. I think it isn't. And the rest is just light armor. But for this, it's, like, I don't understand the difference between, like, this looks the same to me in terms of the metal. The only difference is that the gauntlets, for it to make sense, I understand there's little tiny smaller, like, metal plates for each finger kind of thing. Hang on. I'll toggle free cam so I can show you what it is. If I can spell correctly, apparently. Anyway. Like, see, like, there's little, like, different plates here and there, just so you can actually curl your fingers. Like, that part I understand. Like, in terms of number of plates, the gauntlets would win, in a sense, comparably. But, like, that doesn't mean, like, it deserves to be heavier armor than the cuirass itself. Because at the surface of the metal itself, the cuirass wins because it's got larger pieces, right? Like, this whole entire thing is metal plus the elbow. It's got metal, so, like, it deserves to be more heavier armor than the gauntlets itself. The boots, I understand why they went with heavy armor, because it's literally just the steel boots. It's just the steel boots. They just changed the texture of it and they made it shiny. It's the weight that's bothering me, though. Okay, since it's using steel, what's the steel's weight? Is it 12? Or is it something else? I don't think it's 12. It's 10. That makes more logical sense. If you wanted it to be neutral, to be more neutral towards the set, make it like 8 or something. Like, gauntlet should be less by far. Like, 8 pounds for a gauntlet. See, what's the armor rating supposed to be, though? Like, what's the baseline? Like, is this supposed to be chainmail? Is it supposed to be, like, orcish? Like, what's the baseline for it? I don't know. I don't understand this system that they're pulling with this. It's kind of weird. Okay. Sorry, my trying to understand the balance of this is like kicking in so much. And I'm trying to understand myself, like, why this is a thing. So I'm excluding the enchantments because I know they're vanilla, but I'm trying to understand like what the weight to the armor ratio is supposed to be. So I don't know how light armor works in terms of this. I think it's supposed to be the opposite of how heavy armor works. Am I correct on that? Depending on what it is, yes. Depending on what... it's weird, because furs is identical. Okay, Ebony's just weird. Hang on, we're gonna go check everything vanilla then. I am so confused here. I'm trying to... Uh-oh. Something broke. I don't know. Something broke. That's... probably the regalia or something like that. I know I was having issues with something about there. Don't worry, I saved before I did all this, so it's not that big of a deal. I'm curious. This is my curiosity beating me. Normal armaments. See, so it is light armor, okay, yeah. So you can see like what I mean though, like they're the same. The only difference is that obviously weightless, no value. So you can't sell the bound armor, right? But and it won't count it anything, but like you can see like the armor rating makes sense here. Okay, hang on. I'm gonna go take a look at glass. Glass will be a better understanding. Actually, Elven might be a better understanding too. So it depends on the items itself, that the weight will be less than the armor rating, depending on what the item is. But sometimes the weight will still overpower the armor. Okay, so for light armor, it could be either or. That's what I'm seeing here. It's either or. It depends on what you want, kind of situation. Unless it's a system. So it looks like gauntlets, boots, and helmet. Is that transferable? Boots, gauntlets, and helmet. And shield, if it has one. Okay. That makes a lot of... No. Yeah, that does make sense. Okay. I mean, fur is about the same thing-ish. It's just that fur is so low, though, that it's harder to decipher that. That's why I wanted to use glass. Because glass is like the pinnacle of vanilla Oblivion for the best light armor. Yeah, okay. So I have an understanding now, okay? Of how light armor does its armor values, in a sense. Okay. So... because this is a save I'm not going to be keeping anyway, let's compare the Fequarian armor to glass. So we're not keeping the save, so that's not that big of a deal. Okay, so let's see here. So the boots are... Actually, for a better... Let's do that, just so we can actually get better numbers here. Okay. Okay, just because it's all plate armor, it makes it so... Okay. So, based off of what I'm seeing from the boots, though... So, the boots, they have the same armor rating. But I would be more inclined to use glass boots instead, because of the weight. And that's... Wait. No shot. No shot. No way you use glass for your armor rating. You use glass for your armor rating, but you're not taking an account of the... No shot. No shot you're doing this. No, you have to be using different... You have to be using different vanilla values. No. No, that's not... This doesn't make any sense, bro. Okay. Hang on. Why is this way more than the glass helmet? What makes this different? Is it this? Is it because it has a metal head on top of it? But glass looks all